Well, my next guest is here to transport our taste buds to the charming streets of Sicily. His dessert shop, Cannolo, is located in South Lake Union, and it features exquisite handcrafted Italian cannoli, each filled with creamy, sweet ricotta cheese and finished with some toppings, some that are traditional and some not very traditional. Welcome to New Day, Jesse Johal. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. So you're actually going to show me how to whip up the cream that goes in the cannoli and then, of course, fill it, right?
Yep.
So how do we get started?
Yeah, so we get started. We have the ricotta here. This is like a drier ricotta. So we'll take that. And then we have the sugar and also the vanilla extract right there.
Am I putting all the sugar in here?
Yeah, you can maybe start off with half the sugar.
Half, okay.
I usually just incorporate it like a little bit at a time.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
And you want to just give that a nice mix.
Give that a little workout this morning for me, okay?
Yeah, so we make sure the ricotta is really dry so that when we make the cream, it's not like too thin. Because the sugar does thin out the cream a little bit.
Incredible. So, and then the little vanilla, the whole thing goes in here?
The whole thing goes in there.
Yes. Love the smell of some vanilla. Okay. Yeah. And how long would you normally like whip something like this up?
Probably a few minutes. You just want to make sure you don't over mix it, or else then the cream just ends up like getting thin. Ooh. So you don't want to mix it for too long.
Okay, and then the magic of TV would look like this, right? So what are the different flavors that we have going on here?
Yeah, so today we have the lemon here and the classic filling as well.
Okay.
But at our store we have espresso, chocolate, Nutella. We'll have a pistachio one coming this weekend.
Oh my goodness.
We have a lot of different creams to choose from.
And you have like little mini cannolis, and then is this like the standard size?
Yeah, so we got the minis here as well as the large, and then we have gluten-free shells as well. So if people have gluten intolerances or celiac, we got that for them too.
Okay, so show me the ways. I'll watch you first. Gotta watch the master.
All right, so you'll want to grab the shell with your left hand right here, and then hold the piping bag kind of from the top.
From the top, okay.
And then you want to have it at like a slight angle, and then you just fill from the center.
Am I doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing okay.
Yeah. The was a little, okay. I'll go from the other side too.
Try the other side.
This is just Kelly's little. Hey, it looks pretty good. Yours looks better. I'll keep going.
It'll take some practice.
Yes. What are the different toppings too?
Yeah,
like you said, you have traditional, you have some really interesting new flavors.
Yeah, so with the more traditional ones, we have like pistachio, chocolate chip, we have candied orange, cherry. Those are the more traditional ones that you'll see in Italy. And then we've also have sprinkles, there's Fruity Pebbles as well. We got some hazelnut at the stores, too. So
okay, if I'm taking yours, how would I, because yours looks better than mine, would I just dip in here like the side?
I would maybe dip it in the chocolate, like chocolate pistachio is one of our most popular. So you dip one side in chocolate chips, like the whole, the whole end. Yeah, and then the other end you can dip in the pistachio.
Delicious. Okay, can people make their own when they come in?
So when they come in, they can choose the different cream and topping that they want. So if somebody wanted, lemon filling with a pistachio topping, they can do that. So they can just create their own and whatever, combination they like. So people come up with some pretty cool stuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep filling this. I'm gonna do a mini one, but while I'm doing this, talk to me about, you have a really interesting story, how you even started, this dessert shop. So tell me about that. You went to the University of Washington, right? And then kind of pivoted to this?
Yeah, so I went to architecture school at UW. And I had like a lot of inspirations in my life. My dad, Virgil. So I was like, I had like a lot of different creative things that I'm interested in. And one of them being food. So it was like during my study abroad trip in Italy is where I got this like real passion for Italian food. And so I wanted to, bring that home with me. So
and your dad was a pastry chef, is that correct as well?
He was a pastry chef in London. So he worked at these 5-star hotels, the Ritz, Claridge's, all these, fancy places. So he was probably my biggest inspiration in life. So
that's so special. And tell me about the shop and how it's been, received so far, because you're also at some farmers markets, is that correct?
So we've done the South Lake Union Market. We do a lot of catering as well. for different offices because we're in a little tech neighborhood. So we do a lot of those. But yeah, it's been fun just like making good relationships with customers because this customer service is super important for us. So we like to make, good bonds with people. And whenever they come back, we have that sort of rapport. So
definitely.
Yeah,
well, I'm mixing it up and doing my own. I'm going Fruity Pebbles. This might need to be on your menu.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some cherries.
Yeah.
You also brought another dessert too. So do you guys have just what all do you have?
Yeah.
At the
So
shop?
we have cannolis, we have cheesecakes, we have milkshakes, we've got espresso drinks, we have rotating desserts as well each week. So we've done tiramisu, chocolate roulade. Creme brulee, all sorts of things. So that's our mixed berry. That's one of our most popular items.
It looks so beautiful.
It's super good. Everything's made from scratch. We use local blueberries, local raspberries in there.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm going to taste test. And while I'm taste testing, what advice do you have for people that, maybe saw their life, like you were saying, going in one direction and then they had a desire to change it up? What would be your advice?
I would just say to just look at all different creative fields, whether that's art, architecture, music, fashion. I think they have a lot of overlapping creative processes. Like with architecture, you want to make sure the building doesn't collapse, right? But when you're making desserts, it's a similar concept where if you're making whipped cream and adding it to a mixture, you want to make sure that whipped cream doesn't collapse.
So true.
So it's a lot of similarities between all these creative fields. So I would just say to young people to study all different fields, all different crafts, learn from the masters, and then that'll help you in, whatever you're pursuing.
Everything is so this lemon is I would have never thought that could be a cannoli filling. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I want to talk before we leave to the cannoli kits you were telling me about.
Yeah, so we're going to be shipping cannoli kits as well soon in the mini, large, gluten-free. And then you'll be able to choose what sort of filling you want, what sort of toppings to ship out, and then you guys can fill them at home yourselves.
Wow, because, I'm so good at it. I'm going to keep practicing while we go. So good. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate
yes.
it.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.